In today's show, the Kraken executive says that the Bitcoin price could soar to $2 million in a massive super cycle. In today's show, we'll be breaking down why that is. That's right. The Crypto Lark recently interviewed Dan Held of Kraken, and in this recent interview, he went on to say, we're seeing a scenario where there's a literal infinite amount of fiat that will be printed, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. It's hard to predict, but long term, maybe late 2021 is when a lot of models predict what we might see in historical cycles. The classic models show us at $80,000 to $300,000 per Bitcoin. We could see that. We could see something a little crazier. I call this the Bitcoin super cycle, and he went on to say, if the world truly fears their money being devalued, every institution, every sovereign wealth fund, every central bank, if they all truly fear that, Bitcoin's not going to stop at 100,000 or 300,000. It can go up to 1 million or 2. I'll be breaking down all the highlights here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, top analysts on if the crypto market bottomed on Black Thursday. We're talking about none other than Alex Kruger, who recently tweeted, stocks and Bitcoin bottoms are in my opinion. Vic Short worked like a charm. We'll give you the rundown in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. As you can see, a lot of major cryptos are back in the red. Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in attending a free online event with the #1 most influential person in cryptocurrency, we're talking about a Bitcoin pioneer and legend, Charlie Shrem, to discover how traders are making 100 to 500% gains without making a single trade on their own, then be sure to click the link right down below this video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's dive right into today's top story of the day with the Kraken executive saying that the Bitcoin price can soar to $2 million in a massive super cycle. I'm going to be giving you some of the highlights from this recent interview with Dan Held from Kraken and the Crypto Lark himself. Shout out to the Crypto Lark. So the director of business development at Kraken says he believes that the environment is right for Bitcoin to begin a major long-term bull run. In this YouTube video with Lark Davis, aka the Crypto Lark, Dan Held explains why he thinks Bitcoin's time has come. So far, Held argues that Bitcoin managed to weather the worst of the coronavirus pandemic without the need for intervention. Here's what he had to say. We've got a halvening. We've got a huge macro backdrop where banks are literally printing millions of dollars a second, which happened a few weeks ago with the US, the Fed, and the Treasury. And so there couldn't be a better moment for Bitcoin than now. I've waited 8 years to see this. The crypto exchange executive says that the industry as a whole has grown immensely over the years, which is facts, citing the rise in the number of investors holding onto Bitcoin, as well as an increase in mainstream coverage from outlets like CNBC. And let's actually take a look at this tweet from Nate Madry, who wrote, as of March 1st, about 42% of all Bitcoin has not been moved on chain for the last 2 years. This is very bullish, FYI. The amount of Bitcoin untouched in more than 2 years has not eclipsed 42% since July of 2017. So these are the facts. According to Held, the current macro backdrop is fuel for the world's leading crypto, considering its limited total supply of 21 million units, which we all know, and 7 million estimated to be lost forever, leaving us with approximately 14 million, which will ever be in existence. Optimistic about Bitcoin's future, Held points to a contrarian argument that Bitcoin could begin a super cycle and move far beyond even the most bullish predictions. Now we're talking. Here's what he had to say. We're seeing a scenario where there's a literal infinite amount of fiat that will be printed, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. It's hard to predict, but long term, maybe late 2021 is when a lot of the models predict what we might see in historical cycles. The classic models show us at 80,000 to 300,000 per Bitcoin, such as the stock to flow model. We could see that. We could see something a little crazier. I call this the Bitcoin super cycle. We can see Bitcoin enter a super cycle where everyone's seen that graph of Bitcoin's price the log price graph, and you get a little boom bust, boom bust, boom bust. But what if Bitcoin went a level step up on the log chart? If the world truly fears their money being devalued, every institution, every sovereign wealth fund, every central bank, if they all truly fear that, Bitcoin's not going to stop at 100,000 or 300,000. It can go up to 1 million or 2, and I agree 100%. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Despite his optimism, Held warns that Bitcoin is not for everyone. Touche. And says anyone considering an investment in the extremely risky asset must be prepared for Bitcoin to lose 85% of its value at any time. Here's what he said. After you get through your first time losing 85% of your net worth, that's happened to me 3 times, early 2013, late 2013, and 2017. It's really freaking hard to hodl Bitcoin. The volatility is so intense. Satoshi actually hypothesized that Bitcoin's intense volatility would act as a viral loop, bringing people into Bitcoin. He said as the price increases, more people will become aware of it and wanting to take advantage of the increasing value they buy in, which then further pumps up the price and brings more awareness. And he wrote this before Bitcoin was worth a penny. So Satoshi very intimately understood human psychology. And all my bet really is will people choose to preserve their wealth, which is almost unanimously yes. And will they act greedy? And both are kind of one of the same. And I think we can assume humans will act like humans. If you want to catch this exclusive interview, I included it in the show notes below the video, in the description. Shout out to Crypto Lark. Be sure to check it out. And before we get to our next story of the day with top analyst Alex Kruger on if the crypto market bottomed on Black Thursday, let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. As you can see, Bitcoin down 2.2% for the day, hovering just above that $6,700 support. We were about $7,000 just yesterday, and we did just drop this morning. Most of the major cryptos have followed. Ethereum down 0.66%, trading at $156. XRP down 1.5%, trading at 18 cents. Link down a whopping 6.8%, trading at $3.14. BNB down 4.5%, trading at $15. Miss Litecoin down almost 2%, trading at $40.47. Satoshi Vision down 1.4%, trading at $187. And Bitcoin Cash down 1.5%, trading at $221. And now for our next story of the day, top analyst Alex Kruger on if the crypto market bottomed on Black Thursday. Here's the rundown. A pressing question that has plagued crypto investors over the past 4 weeks is if Bitcoin bottomed on Black Thursday. My personal opinion is yes, it did, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below, and let's hear what Alex Kruger has to say. For those who missed the memo, on March 12th, the leading crypto asset fell off a cliff in tandem with the global markets. Bitcoin fell from a high of 7,700 on March 11th to a low of 3,700. Stocks saw one of their worst days since previous recessions. Gold managed to fall by a handful of percent, and oil fell lower and lower. It seemed like it was Armageddon. Didn't it feel that way? We saw Bitcoin crash about 50% literally in one day. Near the lows, investors were fearful that the crypto market was not yet done in its descent. In a world where all markets are uncertain, few thought that Bitcoin would be in a place where people would be confident holding money as a safe haven asset. I personally feel it's a great safe haven asset to park your money. Gold being another, but I personally feel that Bitcoin is so much superior to gold, hence why it's gold with wings. Apparently, that's not exactly the case, with one prominent analyst claiming that he thinks the bottoms of both the stock market and Bitcoin are in. That's right. On April 14th, Alex Kruger, economist closely tracking the crypto space, suggested that the stocks and Bitcoin bottoms are in his opinion, pointing out how the CBOE's volatility index has fallen dramatically from the highs, which suggests peak fear has passed. And taking a look at his thread here on crypto Twitter, he originally posted this back on March 9th before adding to it. He wrote 1 to 2 months view, equities lower, equity volatility lower, Bitcoin lower, assuming remains risk on, crude oil lower, 6-month view, equities higher, equity volatility lower, and then he shared his 12-month views, equities higher, equity volatility lower, gold higher, and Bitcoin higher. Then he added to this saying, equities volatility lower in all three scenarios. Best way, in my opinion, to get long equity exposure is by shorting the volume. And then he also added this: the main risk, of course, the equities bottom is in equities. Duh. Last week I moved to the New York will be Italy camp. Still not priced in my opinion. It also seems markets are thinking about 3-week lockdowns. This would fall short. The impact of the 3-week versus 6 to 8 weeks is night and day. And then he just recently shared this 17 hours ago. Scorecard. ES is up 18% from 2405. CLK minus 18% from 25. Bitcoin up 10% from 6275. And VIX down 45% from 74. Stocks and Bitcoin bottoms are in my opinion. VIX short worked like a charm. And checking out this response from Trading Pump, who wrote, "Why do you think stocks will go up with a recession looming?" And Alex Kruger responded, "Not looming. We are in a deep yet short recession as of now. Should be over in a few months, at least for DM." Trading Pup responded, "Will this be worse than the Great Depression?" And Alex Kruger responded, "No, not at all. This one is short. The depression lasted for a long time." While he didn't elaborate on his assertion that Bitcoin and crypto found the bottom when Bitcoin hit 3,700, he shared in a series of other messages that he thinks the bottom is in for stocks because the prices often overshoot, referencing the unemployment data from the US, saying, "Historically, markets bottom before the economy bottoms. The economy could have bottomed last week. U.S. weekly jobless claims likely already peaked. The idea with stocks bottoming that Bitcoin and crypto assets as a whole, which Kruger believes is a risk asset class, should follow them back higher or at least not fall further." So could stocks reverse? Some aren't too convinced the bottom is in for stocks. Scott Minerd, the global CIO of Guggenheim Investments, explained in a note published last week that he expects the other shoe to drop in the global markets, which will cause yet another wave of panic in the market. Here's what he's quoted saying: "We need to see the other shoe drop when the markets start to see some of the data of unemployment rising and economic growth and corporate earnings contracting. There will be another level of panic in the market." What are your thoughts? Do you feel we will see a double bottom and revisit 3,700 or lower? Or do you feel and agree with Alex Kruger that the bottom is already in? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now checking out the overall cryptocurrency market cap, sitting at 192 billion in volume, with 118 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the current Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 64% even, according to CoinMarketCap. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Swipe leading the pack, up 5%, trading at just below 68 cents. Lisk is up 3.6%, trading at $1.03. Quant is up 3%, trading at $5. Hyperion up 2.9%, trading at just below 10 cents. Ardor up 2.8%, trading at 3.3 cents, and Hedge Trade up 2.7%, trading at $1.75. And now for the biggest losers within the top 100, Digitex futures down 5.9%, trading at 4 cents. Chainlink down 5.7%, trading at $3.17. Ren down 5.5%, trading just below 5 cents. IOTA down 4.5%, trading at 15 cents. Komodo down 4%, trading at 45 cents, and Digibyte down 4%, trading at 0.005. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, as we can see, the shorts, bears, are back in control, leading with about 99 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 53.03% versus 46.97% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. As you can see, we're currently rated a 15 in extreme fear. Yesterday was 11, last week a 21, and last month 11. So we've been in extreme fear for quite some time, especially with this pandemic crisis, which is causing all this chaos worldwide right now. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear, which is where we're currently at and have been stuck at for quite some time, can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And now checking out the Bitcoin block reward halving countdown. Less than 4 weeks to go. 27 days, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds. But who's counting? this guy right here. I count down every day here on the show to help bring awareness to this phenomenon, which only occurs approximately every 4 years. It's written code into the DNA of the Bitcoin blockchain, where the block reward gets reduced every 4 years. Now, the phenomenon itself, which Tika Twari shares and talks about often, is the halving mix with massive demand in the crypto space. When these two factors come together, it creates a massive parabolic surge in the crypto market. Now, I'm personally very bullish leading up to this event. I would love to know your thoughts. My personal opinion, and take it for what it's worth, I'm just a YouTuber. This is not financial advice. If you're going to invest into crypto, please do so at your own risk. But I feel Bitcoin will retest its all-time highs back from 2017 in December, where we hit $20,000. I think that's going to still happen this year, even with all the chaos surrounding the world. I'm even more bullish on Bitcoin than I was prior to this pandemic. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments right down below. I'd love to know what you think. And I want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. And this goes for all of the videos here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. This allows you to download the latest episode of the show every single day. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet already done so. It greatly helps the show, especially when you click that like button. It helps show some love from YouTube in the search algorithms, of course. And we're on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. So whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please help support the show. It's greatly appreciated. And also be sure to follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And I also have a private crypto Facebook group. To become a part of that, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And I also have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join that, simply click this link from a mobile device and you'll automatically be added. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And real quick before I go, if interested in attending a free online event with the #1 most influential person in cryptocurrency, a true Bitcoin legend and pioneer, Charlie Shrem, to discover how traders are making 100 to 500% gains without making a single trade on their own, and even during a bear market, be sure to click the link right down below this video in the description, and I look forward to connecting with you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.